split second felt dangerous. You looked over and caught me. A fast turn away didn't help, everything went blurry after that. My pulse started slamming hard. 3 in the morning feels too loud. We are still standing here breathless. That midnight ride was too quiet. I knew it would look exactly like this. Every cent I had is gone now. This moment took everything from me. The highway goes on forever. I finally reached the end. Yeah. The drive took a whole lifetime. Success doesn't have a sound. These miles belong to me only. Years of work just stopped moving. The plan is finally holding steady. That person from earlier is gone. I knew it would look exactly like this. The balance shows 0 today. No one is waiting for a call. I have nowhere left to go. The air is moving too fast. Everything I own is right here. The cost was higher than I thought. I'm finally all by myself. I am exactly where I wanted. This is everything I have left. Stepping off the last car. This town is no phase. Every person walks right. I am just a stranger. Panic and a fast pulse. The gravel crunching under feet. I am shaking and steady. A comeback starts right now. You're playing for second place today. That signature means everything. We bounce back tonight. You don't see my next move. Yeah. The platform was so cold. The iron engine pulled away. My knees are finally clean. Looking at the dark road. That long path ahead begins. I rise again each step. One more try to win. You're playing for second place today. You don't see my next move. That signature means everything. We bounce back tonight. Family home is collateral. They are counting on me. The roof over them is shaking. I'm scared I'll lose it all. I'm finally coming home. The graduation photo sits by the phone. The nameplate is gone from the desk. We finished the last of the project. The silence feels different after today. You reach for the high shelf. Our palms almost touch near the edge. Tonight starts a whole quiet morning. Everything is about to be yours. This place was always mine. I knew every crack in the paint. Nobody can take what I built. I earned every second in here. Yeah. The departure list has my flight first. 10 years went by in a flash. This morning I packed the final box. Someone else will sit in this chair. They might wonder about the old times. A new name goes up on the sign that feels like a long time ago. This place was always mine. I earned every second in here. Maybe it was just for a season, but the foundation won't ever move. I am moving on with my life. The road out of town is clear. Nobody can say I didn't try. I am terrified to start over. All that work just for a goodbye. I am the only owner now. This was meant to be yours. It is time for the end. I told you I was going back alone, because I couldn't find my own name here. The wind is sharp against my winter coat, and I forgot how it felt to be small. The grass is tall enough to hide my feet as I walk toward the fading orange line. I'm counting every step until I'm gone. Beyond the fence, I dropped the metal bucket in the weeds. I told you I was going back alone, because I couldn't find my own name here. Eating dinner while the television talked. You always loved the way the summer looked, but you never knew I wanted more than that. The midnight ride is calling out my name, past the highway where we used to drive. It's time to let the performance fall away. Beyond the fence, I dropped the metal bucket in the weeds. The wind is sharp against my winter coat, and I forgot how it felt to be small. Beyond the fence, I dropped the metal bucket in the weeds. Eating dinner while the television talked. You always loved the way the summer looked. I'll let the forest grin disappear for good. It's just me and the wide open dark. metal fender. The salt air feels thick and heavy. Both of us just stand there, waiting. One slow movement breaks the silence. Your fingers are inches from mine. I'm not coming home tonight. Tonight we finally find a way out. This old city is behind us now. Everything changes after this one touch. I shredded that paper into tiny bits. Yeah, no more fake smiles for the neighbors. A guitar case sits by the tire. You look at me like you're ready. The strap pulls against my shoulder. Maybe we won't ever look back. Everything depends on what you do next. I'm not coming home tonight. Nothing is keeping me in this place. I'm terrified you might pull away. So not coming home tonight. Yeah, this old city is behind us now. Fuel smells like freedom. We are really doing this. Your palm is finally pressing into mine. Everything changes after this one touch. We're not coming home. And the ventilation hums a low, steady tune. Instead of orders echoing in this place. I used to check the plan every afternoon, just to find a reflection of your face. I was so afraid to make a move. The ventilation hums a low, steady tune, taking the weight. I check the clock on the white microwave. Nobody else is awake to see me work. I move the heavy crate into the truck. I used to dream about a giant man who would carry me over the rough parts. But looking at the map in my hand, these broad shoulders were mine from the start. Growing up meant seeing you get small. Adulthood hit when I stood my ground. Now I don't mind the rise or the fall. Taking the weight. I check the clock on the white microwave. Nobody else is awake to see me work. I move the heavy crate into the truck, taking the weight. I check the clock on the white microwave. Nobody else is awake to see me work. I move the heavy crate into the truck. The clock on the white microwave. Instead of orders echoing in this place. The heavy stack of paper sits on the counter. I see the red ink mark in the due date. Adulthood arrived while I wasn't looking at all. Growing up meant nobody else would sign for these. You reached out for me in the lobby. My palm hovered just an inch from yours. The outcome is already set in stone. Your fingers are trembling more than mine are. Reality usually bites when you get this close. I think I finally figured it out. The same speech about saving for the winter came out. The words sounded like someone 40 years older. This life gets expensive in ways I never planned. Every mistake carries a price I have to pay now. Our skin brushed in the air went completely still. One small movement decides the whole next year. The tension is thick enough to stop a heart. The outcome is already set in stone. This decision was made before us even spoke. Everything feels different now that the mystery is gone. I stopped checking the backup options a year ago. The outcome is already set in stone. Weight is pulling us together like it always does. Nobody is coming to tell us what to do. One simple touch changes everything we were before. The ink is dry on the page. My fingers finally locked into yours. We are the only ones here. That sequence ended on a perfect zero. You said the odds were against us. Everything is happening exactly how I planned. I told you it would work. The summer heat is finally cooling down. You never believed in the beach at the night. We have all the answers in our hands. This feels like a party we deserve. 10 years went into these specific numbers. The data doesn't lie to me anymore. That old fear is officially a ghost. My data sheets were the only things I loved. I told you it would work. That long run toward the end is over. We can laugh because the pressure is gone. Your face looks different under these streetlight tubes. The truth is easier than the lie. We spent a decade waiting for this moment. I sacrificed my whole life for this result. Nothing else mattered besides being right. I told you it would work. The heavy air is lifting off my shoulders. The formula saved us from the dark. Tonight we can pretend the struggle was short. It feels like the world is finally ours. This is exactly what I promised. The calculation was always true. never thought I would make it. Everyone told me to find a real job. It feels strange to have one. My bank balance hit zero on a Tuesday. That final frame took every cent I had left. People whispered that I was chasing a dream. They are all standing here right now. I only hear the sound of the wind. The air is finally sweet and calm. It feels romantic to be right about us. Your love kept me moving through the dark. Tonight is finally our turn to breathe. Yeah, that blue ticket stub is still in my pocket. I kept it to remember how far we came. The critics are trying to catch my eye. Nothing else matters when I look at you. The struggle was long, but the end is here. I only hear the sound of the wind. The rest of the world is just humming. Everything feels soft and brand new. We made something out of nothing at all. I spent everything I had to get here. The fear of failing almost broke me down. Everything was riding on this one moment. I was so scared it wouldn't be enough. This is our victory dance. The air is finally sweet and calm. It feels romantic to be right about us. The sudden noise felt like a standing ovation. Last year I would have apologized for the sound. This chest finally has enough space. Getting caught feels less scary than staying. This fresh air tastes like a secret one. One clean break changes the whole story. I'm breaking through the wall. This chest finally has enough space. You won't see me looking back today. The weight just fell away at once. Yeah. 3 blocks over the path gets darker. This route takes an hour but I don't care. Self-love was a word I used to hate. Now it's the only reason I stayed awake. The sun isn't even up to see this tonight. The stars are just minding their business. Total freedom is a gift I finally took. I'm breaking through the wall. Self-love feels better than being safe. We were never going to survive that heat. That person you knew didn't make it out. Everything feels different on this side. I'm breaking through the wall. The snap of the metal was a symphony. No one is waiting for an explanation. I'm finally doing this for myself. It's much quieter than I ever imagined. The long way feels like a victory. I am never going back. sharp wind bites my face on this gray morning. I step onto the street with nowhere to go. The air is different since I changed my mind. Just walking for the sake of the journey ahead. I stood frozen by the curb for a minute. A faint scent of wool reminds me of December, when I stayed put just to make you happy. Plain anonymity, pure anonymity. Nobody here knows my name or what I'm doing. I'm just a jacket moving through the midday heat. Sharp wind bites my face on this gray morning. Teacher who said I should find my own path. He believed I could make it on my own feet. The crowd carries me toward the center of town, even when I'm not playing the part I was given. Plain anonymity, pure anonymity. Nobody here knows my name or what I'm doing. I step onto the street with nowhere to go. Different since I changed my mind. Pure anonymity. Nobody here knows my name or what I'm doing. I'm just a jacket moving through the midday heat. Just walking for the sake of the journey ahead. The sun is the only thing behind me. I stood frozen by the curb for a minute. You're looking at the winner of this game. 11 a.m. and I feel romantic. The air is finally sweet. Everything is different since you stayed. We don't have to hide anymore. That old name is all I kept. The rest of me was sold for this. No one thought I would make it. You just smiled while they walked away. Now the checks are clearing fast. Everyone wants to call me back. Success looks like love in this house. You're looking at the winner of this game. Late morning and it feels romantic. I knew we would get here. You look so good standing there. The struggle finally has a face. Yeah, the orange on your small plate, the way you take the better half. Everything I own is yours now. We built this from nothing at all. My bank account was zero, then these hands were stained for weeks. Now you get the best of everything. It was worth every single loss. You're looking at the winner of this game. Broad daylight and I feel romantic. It's nice to see you happy. I really didn't think I'd win. Everything is exactly how it should be. And I'm just yours. That overcording sounds so distant now. The first kiss felt like lightning in the dark. Tonight the late night commute is quiet. The broken lamp still flickers on our street. It was never a matter of if I would make it. This ride home feels shorter than before. The humming sound fills up the silence. Every step is following a plan I made. The metal handle feels cold against my palm. Nothing surprises me anymore these days. Success was coming since I was 18. Everything else just fell right into place. It was never a matter of if I would make it. My arrival is just a law of physics. The world moves exactly how I want it. 20 years were spent waiting for this moment. I will never be that kid again. The truth is, I am already there. I don't think I can fail anymore. The finish line is just a formality now. Everyone will see what I already know. It was never a matter of if I would make it. I told you this would happen eventually. The ceremony is already waiting. This path is exactly what I chose. It was always going to be me. We stood among the moving crowd. Everyone was shouting way too loud. The pink sky turned to gray. I know the way by heart. The EDM pulse fills my chest. This euphoric beat feels like flying. Music takes every bit of control. I finally stopped trying so hard. Our old map hit the dirt. Instinct works better than any line. The paper was just a lie. Sunday morning, no alarm to be alone. Yeah, phones are gone and we're free. A hand covers a quiet laugh. That version of us is finished. I know the way by heart. Everything is simple when we dance. The bass is the only truth. This feeling belongs to me now. Nobody else needs to understand. We are finally moving fast. I don't need a plan. You didn't move an inch to help. Now I'm just standing by the exit. Tonight feels like a different life. Your mouth is closed so tight it hurts. A solo night is calling me out. The old me wouldn't walk away. The wait was just the start of the wind. I am finally stepping off the ledge. Everything changes after the first note. The darkness back home is ending tonight. One small coin sits in my pocket. Drinking alone won't fix the debt. A local bar is where I'll hide. The soft curtain smells like dust. My name is written on the board. Survival looks like this quiet stage. The wait was just the start of the wind. They haven't eaten a real meal in days. This spotlight is a burning sun. I won't let my fingers slip once. The whole world is about to hear me. The wait was just the start of the wind. My younger brother is counting on this. I am terrified that I might fail. I am doing this for myself too. It is finally my turn. The show begins right now. I am not looking back. Lowering corners stretch across us, digging deep in the cooling mud. Our knuckles turn a different color. Left alone for way too long. You wipe the sweat away, throwing out what doesn't belong. The sun is almost gone now, taking back the overgrown yard. Pulling through together, we shove the heavy rusted shovel down. The roots are stubborn underneath the mud. Your boots are caked in gray and gritty clay. We lift the siding crate before it rains. I see you stop yourself, holding back a bit of thought, pushing against the toughest branch, tearing it out by the base. We don't need to talk, focused on the tangled vine, straining against the hidden depth, bringing the surface back to life. Pulling through together, we shove the heavy rusted shovel down. The roots are stubborn underneath the mud. Your boots are caked in gray and gritty clay. We lift the sodding crate before it rains. Moving like a single heart. No more walls between us, discarding what we don't need. Lowering corners stretch across us. Every knot is finally untied. Empty and tired and honest, looking at what we saved. You sit there while the heater hums against the wall. That look tells me everything I need to know about us. We haven't traded a single word for 20 minutes. Every breath I take feels like I am lifting lead. The air in here is getting hard to swallow. This pressure is pushing right against my ribs. I won't be needing those names anymore. Giving up 10 years of safety for a wide open road. Tonight I am picking a brand new direction. There is a train coming to take me somewhere better. The past is just a list of people I used to know. The taxi is waiting at the curb for my signal. Giving up 10 years of safety for a wide open road. Tonight I am picking a brand new direction. Whatever we built is turning into a ghost story. There is a train coming to take me somewhere better. I won't be needing those names anymore. The weight of your expectations is finally gone. Every digit I tap feels like I am getting younger. I am starting over with nothing but a ticket. I won't be needing those names anymore. My ride home is going to be very quiet. A clean slate is worth more than a pension. I am choosing myself for the very first time. Everything is about to change. The past is just a list of people I used to know. The weight of your expectations is finally gone. Late sun hits the paper on the desk. You are looking for an answer I don't have. I can't even blink while you stare. My chest is tight and my hands shake. I wanna look away, but I'm frozen. If I move an inch, I might lose it. Every word I say could be the end. Final line defense, and choose the words I need to say. Because if I let my anger show, there is no place for us to go. I remember when Dad handled the bills. He made the calls while I played outside. I never had to choose my words so carefully. Back then someone always caught my fall. Now the adulthood trap is closing. The reality is no one is coming. I used to follow the path they cleared, but those footprints washed out years ago. Final line defense, and choose the words I need to say. Because if I let my anger show, there is no place for us to go. Final line defense, and choose the words I need to say. Because if I let my anger show, there is no place for us to go. Because if I let my anger show, there is no place for us to go. Final line defense. Late sun hits the paper on the desk. You are looking for an answer I don't have. My tired eyes don't matter right now. This resolution won't let me move. Every second feels like a test. A new me waits at dawn. Deleting images of who I was. Each click makes the air feel lighter. Cooking a meal for one tonight. Cleaning the mess I ignored for years. Running until the lungs finally burn. Creation takes more than just a dream. Tonight everything changes for good. Resolution found a way to win. Ignoring the urge to look back. The story you told feels distant now. Nodding along while the mind drifts. The 1 a.m. glow is a cold companion. The city sounds like a sleeping animal, working while the rest of them dream. My tired eyes don't matter right now. One more hour to fix this. The weight of it feels like home. I'm sorry I never said thanks. The bill sits on the counter. I have to finish this tonight. This resolution won't let me move. I know exactly where my feet will land. The air moves through me now. Euphoric waves take over everything tonight. That heavy thrum meets my pulse. We are becoming the same sound. She hides her face behind two palms. That expensive lace wedding gown is gone. White silk sits in a trash bag. Heavy rain drums against the metal roof. She checks the machine for any message. Nobody called since the news broke out. $10,000 of nothing in her hand. This dance is my only anchor. Every atom is shaking with the EDM. The air pushes back against her skin. Nothing matters except this physical heat. Clouds break open above the black car. Water runs down the sides like ink. She stops breathing when the music stops. The silence is louder than the storm. Everything felt certain a week ago. Then the lies started coming through. She covers her eyes to stop looking. The wedding would have been today. I know exactly where my feet will land. This euphoric rush feels like truth. My heart is hitting the same speed. I finally don't have to think. I don't have a safety net. This is the part where I let go. The air moves through me now. Euphoric waves take over everything tonight. Don't act surprised when I win. The coat is already on my head. Everyone expects a fall tonight. Tonight belongs to the guy they doubt it. Every name gets called but mine. 10 people shake my hand. The world starts getting very small. Grandpa didn't live for this. But his face is all I see. Nobody gets a second look. The competition went home early. Don't act surprised when I win. The energy has shifted now. Nothing can stop the inevitable move. Victory is a simple fact. Standing straight for the first time. The old clothes feel too tight. Those long hours finally made sense. Your face looks pale and empty. 5 minutes until the speech. Someone brings a plastic pen. Words come out without any help. Don't act surprised when I win. History gets written by the top. The whole line stands behind me. I am exactly where I belong. The long wait is over. The coat is already on my head. Everyone expects a fall tonight.
Yeah. That digital clock is glowing red. Small breaths hit the quiet air. Your palm is just an inch away. Growing up means knowing the risk. Adulthood is a gamble on a touch. Reality sets in while I wait. The window is pulling me. Does your skin feel like home? We could lose it all right now. I am terrified of being alone. The ice is long since melted. No one else coming to help. This choice is mine to make today. Fingerprints almost meet in the dark. Yesterday we were only friends. Now the space between us burns. One move changes who we are. The window is pulling me. Touch me before I lose my nerve. A new city waits for my name. The past is a ghost town. Does your skin feel like home? We could lose it all right now. I am terrified of being alone. The ice is long since melted. Just take my hand.
Walking toward the biting winter night. You should see how I lean. The street smells like frozen metal. Every person I pass looks down. Nothing is going to slow me down. The sunrise feels like sharp edges. Nostalgia won't pay the monthly bills. These old memories are getting too thin. 5 a.m. starts the same way. Yesterday felt like a losing fight. I am actually scared of failing. The wind feels like a solid wall. One more year until the ceremony. Your daughter needs to see you finish. The sunrise feels like sharp edges. Nothing is going to slow me down. The air inside my lungs is burning. Nothing from the past can help me now. Nostalgia won't pay the monthly bills. Everything depends on these next steps. The code doesn't even bother me anymore. You finally stopped asking for a way out. The late night spent planning is over now. Expensive silk feels heavy on my skin today. You said this version of me would never exist. Your handwriting on that old note looks so small. Success tastes like staying exactly where I am. There's no room for any other answer. You don't get to tell me I'm wrong. The deal is signed and the ink is dry. The win is the only thing that matters now. Yeah, 3 years of insomnia led to this moment. Nobody believed the numbers would actually add up. A silver pen sits on the dark wood desk. Most people would have kept the backup plan ready. That luxury belongs to someone who expects to lose. Everything I own went into this one bet. Now the total is more than you can count. There's no room for any other answer. The win is the only thing that matters now. My name is the only one on the lease. You don't get to tell me I'm wrong. You can't negotiate with a wall of stone. I have no regrets about the bridges I burned. The ending was written a long time ago. It's too late to try and change my mind. I won't ever go back to that life. This was always going to happen. Ice melting red plastic. Laughter sounds like a TV. Tonight feels like a movie that bass thumps against wood. Everyone talks at the same time. Everything slows down right now. Watch me make the road. The ground feels way too high. You wouldn't know this side. One more sip for luck. Tomorrow isn't real yet. Music turns to a hum. I don't belong here anymore. Watch me make the road. Step by step I'm walking. These boots have seen enough. Every breath is a gamble. I'm just finding my way. Watch me make the road. The air is getting thin. I've never been this far. The party's gone totally quiet. Yeah. Every step I take is a gamble that the earth will be there to catch me. A solo night at the bar.